one's for you. I said this one's for you. I said this one's for you.
Let me start at the beginning. Way before the ratchetness, before they raped our women. Way black. Black in the time, a woman can't come from a man, so she birthed mankind. Through that holy yoni in between her legs, divine. You can't see it from this angle with the Eurocentric mind. You've been trained well, so your future is behind. Take a look around, girl, the truth ain't hard to find. See that white standard of beauty got you bleaching your mind. For 400 years they said you was ugly, but you're fine. Shit, more than fine. Got a beauty they can't match even. Brains too strong and wise like Queen Sheba. Most can't deal with your strength, that's why they still beat you. Took you out the Holy Trinity, but still need you. Back to black consciousness is where I'm trying to see you. I'm a Sar, you're a set. On the throne is where I keep you.
Family, I will catch y'all tomorrow.
Black woman. Most of us think your position is minuscule. Cook, clean, serve, all you was put here to do. Not realizing these qualities were put into you. Cause your leadership skills are natural. Don't believe me, Queen Nzinga led the war against them crackers, fool. My people sleep, so I teach, that's what a master do. Grew up with visions of chauvinistic theatricals. Now it's my mission to grab the culture and get back to you. So we can show the seeds what it is they have to do. Break the chains, runaway slave, they coming after you. Keep the men and women at odds and take the child too. Make sure she have more than one baby daddy, yeah, that'll do. 400 years later, no savior, they Willie lynched you. So take a listen, black woman, let me heal you. Any man that breaks you down really fears you. My elder Shabaka say what the women do, the men will do. So when you start the revolution, we right here with you.
Ohio and Cincinnati. So, well, we got Brother Kwame, and, and what's that? And Christ David Wilson came with their the Yoruba.
Some swear the black woman ain't shit. I say this queen is everything, even the ratchets. You just forgot who you are. I'ma help you remember. You're the mother of civilization. From the light-skinned you to those darker than blue. Black woman, I never turn my back on you. You're beautiful without that perm. You're a queen without that weave. Love yourself, cause sister, I love you. Respect yourself, cause sister, I respect you. Apologies to those I disrespected before my mind was free. Let's take it back to go forward like Sankofa. Ride with me. She was here when we was kings, chilling on the throne. Proper placement, utmost respected. Her needs never neglected. Embracing her higher consciousness, the true essence, the procreator. From her I got my best blessing. My life she manifested. I'm forever indebted to her collection. Can't objectify her, she's more than breast and flesh skin. Think not, then you need correction of your perception. I'm talking about the first wonder of the world's possessions. Here for more than cooking and cleaning. Without her man wouldn't truly experience being. Don't doubt about her goddess ability of honing fertility. Just love her and preserve her identity. The black woman, when I see her, something gets into me. Beautiful inspiration like a pyramid, amazing, brings out the best of me on occasion. They made her forget who she was, that's why I made this. Next time you're riding with your daughter, brother, play this.
Black woman, a black power. Black woman, a black power. Black woman, a black power. Black woman, a black power.
Minute by minute.
Minute by minute.
Hour by hour.
Hour by hour.
You lose your history.
You lose your history.
You lose your power.
You lose your power.
Minute by minute.
Minute by minute.
Hour by hour.
Hour by hour.
You lose your faith.
You lose your faith.
You lose your power.
You lose your power.
If it is to be,
If it is to be,
it's up to me.
it's up to me.
I feel good about myself.
I feel good about myself.
I feel good about the people around me.
I feel good about the people around
I
me.
feel goodness all around me.
I feel goodness all around me.
And it will follow me for the rest of my life.
And it will follow me for the rest of my life.
Cause I walk with good.
Cause I walk with good.
And I talk with good.
And I talk with good.
And I am good.
And I am good.
And that feels real good.
And it feels real good.
Good, better,
Good, better, best.
Never let it rest.
Never let it rest.
Until your good is your better.
And your good is your better.
And your better is your best.
And your better is your best.
Black people,
Black people,
you were once great.
you were once great.
You shall be great again.
You shall be great again.
Lose not faith.
Lose not faith.
Lose not courage.
Lose not courage.
Go forward.
Go forward.
Uplift the race.
Uplift the race.
Harambe.
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 Spirituality supports reality. 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 Spirituality supports reality.
This is an African set, more respect. I saw the light, now I got to reflect straight back. Here's a little message while you live, and what I got to give is somewhat positive. Spade, the brother's gonna serve rhythmatically. Pass up on to you what was taught to me. That was Afrocentricity about being spiritual. So here we go to proceed quite lyrical. Praise the one for which I pledge my stand. Peace to the creator, word to the motherland. I got to give it up, cause I'm down with Casa. Jumped in the circle, I was told we have to stand together as one in unity. Amongst ourselves, amongst our community. Strong, repelling the interference of genocide. Luther King died to keep the dream alive. Mandela, the fella served 25, still revived. Speaking, teaching others to survive. And look towards the Nubian place. Your mind is a waste if you don't know your race or heritage. History of the Afro-American. Who's truly African? There's no comparison. We're all the same underneath the skin, whether dark or light. You might be my kid, so I relate to my brothers and my sisters. See, to the east, to the
I am a genius. My ancestors were geniuses. My ancestors have made me a genius in all that I think, say, and do. I must declare myself a genius. I'm a genius. Whenever I am myself, I practice my geniusness and do great things. All my thoughts, choices, and deeds must be my genius.
I am a genius. My decisions must always be in the best interest of myself, my family, my people, and my God. Only then will I and everyone I know that I am a genius.
I am a genius. At all times, my geniusness must reflect my culture. My geniusness must serve my God. My geniusness must make me one in love and harmony with my family. My geniusness must protect my people. Yes, at all times, I must demonstrate excellence because I am a genius.
Women, but the most important goddess, not just for the African now, in the civilization of the Greeks. The Greek was so profoundly affected by the Africans that the goddess of charity was a black woman, Artemis. The goddess of wisdom was a black woman, Minerva. The goddess of beauty was a black woman, Diana. And many of their great mythological figures which were critical to the vision of history, the history of Greeks in the Odyssey. The woman who draws, who has the power to draw Odysseus and all his crew into her, is Circe, who is represented as a black woman with African features on the Greek vases. The woman who helps Jason win the Golden Fleece is a black woman, Medea. The woman who marries Perseus, the Greek hero, is a
What is a lion without his pride? What is a whale without his pod? What is a monkey without his troop? What is a wolf without his pack? The answer is very simple. They're the same thing that a human being is without a tribe. Pray.
All right. Family, we are here. We're live. I don't know what's going on with the camera. We have like 14 frames per second. I gotta check on the restream. Everything's freezing up. I don't know. The claim is streaming at 30 frames per second, but this is not 30 frames per second. We know it's not 30 frames per second. Stop playing with us. It's half. And then this thing is telling me it ain't dropped. Let me show you. It's saying it ain't dropped no frame. Look. It dropped no frames right here where my arrow is. Been like 15 minutes. We at 13.71 frames. Now, my computer was off, so I shouldn't have to reset it. So I'm thinking there's something going on with my internet. Once again. So, hey, we're going to make it happen tonight. We're going to do it. We're going to get through it. We're going to build because this is what we do. So, I had opportunity to get me some ambrosia. I'm going to pour me a little sip. And we're going to get started, family. We are on Folktales for Grown Folks tonight. I want to thank everybody that's taking the time to chill with us, grow with us, build with us, be with us. I want to thank all of our supporters. I'm going to have to rebuild the supporter screen because with me changing computers, I didn't want to build it on this one, then have to build it on the big one when the big one finally start flowing. So right now, they got me froze in time, it looked like, because of course they saying we still at 30 frames per second, but I can't tell. I really can't tell. You know what I'm saying? It's very painful. It's very painful to be paying for some of this stuff, and then the shit don't work. Very painful. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you know, because like I said, I ain't got it to throw away. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, the ancestors look out. Shit happens, and we gonna work it through. Family, here we go. So the story today, for those that don't know who might be new, we call it Folktales for Grown Folks. Folktales for Grown Folks, and what we do is we look at the folktales that have come down through time and understand that stories are an intricate part of culture. Stories are a very important part of culture. We shape our lives around the stories that we tell ourselves. We shape our lives around the stories we tell about our family. We shape our lives about the stories we tell about our education. We shape our lives about the stories we tell about our experience. All these are stories because they come up out of our past or out of the past of people that was here before us. So it's important that we start learning how to look at stories for what they are and the power that they are. I often say stories are the first technology. Stories are a form of technology. Creating narrative is a form of technology. And what we do here at Gye-Nyame Journey is we try to make sure that we help you interpret the narrative that is being spotted out to you. The stories we tell ourselves about reparations, the stories we tell ourselves about voting, the stories we tell ourselves about politics, the stories we tell ourselves about our economic situation, the stories we tell ourselves about our relationship to the white oppression syndrome. We have to be able to reinterpret these stories. We have to be able to build upon these stories, change these stories when they no longer fit us. That's what people do. This is why you see in ancient cultures, once a god fails, then there's a new narrative, and a new divine being rises up, and this new divine being serves the story that is currently being told. Stories are the first technology, family. Remember that. All right, lines are open 614-556-4535. Once again, lines are open 614-556-4535. I won't belabor the point. I'm going to be very clear with you, family. until we get this streaming thing knocked out, because I don't know, Spectrum might be unreliable or some. I don't, you know what I'm saying? This shit is not working. 1 minute we good, next minute we not. Feel like I'm in a relationship and I'm being used. They call me for booty calls. I come over, I'm on time, but when I need something, no. Can't do it. Can't do it. It's time for us to sit down here and have our talk. It's time for us to sit down here and build. It's time for me to reach out to my tribe and get and to get us around the digital fire so that we could discuss and talk the politics of our tribe. The politics, by the way, that will be influenced in the city of Columbus and the cities that many of you are in that's listening to what we're talking about. Because the stories that we discuss and the understanding that we build, whether we agree or disagree, going to help you sharpen your mental blade so that when you go out there into the battlefield of life and you start sparring mentally, you're going to be able to hold your point. And people that have some sense is going to look at you and be like, damn, he or she, they put some thought into what they talking about. Let me talk to them a little bit more. Let me find out where they're getting this information. And that's the beginning of your tribe, or that's somebody else that you could bring it to Gye-Nyame so that we could go and increase our reach. We are the Black Media family. We are Gye-Nyame Journey Media. And speaking of that, take some time when you get opportunity and check out G&J.media. We're still learning. We built the site. We know we could upload videos. We know that we could chat on there. I'm still learning about the stuff that we could do, but we have our own spot so that you don't have to worry about getting thrown off. You know what I'm saying? You can speak your mind. You throw up the videos you want, and we can see them, and we can have discussions about them. We can laugh about them. We could build. We got our own space. Of course, we still going to continue using the tools we have right now until we get over 1,000 people on our own site, and then we probably won't even need to go over to those other places. I doubt it. I'll probably keep on going. You know what I'm saying? You got to go. You got to go out and fish. G&J Media. G&J.media. Right? Got to do it. Now, I just want to check the sound real quick, so excuse me for a second, family. I just want to check the sound. Damn, he or she, they. All right, cool. So the sound is going. So, all right, that's all I'm concerned about. I want to make sure that the sound is going through. Because, y'all know that the original way we used to do this show anyway was a podcast. Shouts out to Brother Shaka. I see you out there, my friend. Shouts out. I can't see the text and stuff on this screen, and my Chromebook, I had to take it to work so that we could do an experiment. And so I'll pull that out probably tomorrow morning. But let's go and let's get to it. So we're going to come from the translated Aesop Fables, translated from Greek by George Fowler Thompson. It's called the Oxen and the Axle Trees. For those of you that are on the 21-day Nguzo Saba Challenge, the book will be coming out soon. Those of you that are supporters, of course, you will get that in your library as well. No, I have not put the African Deep Thought in your library yet, but I did send it out to you. I will be putting that in your library, and I will be putting the 21-day Nguzo Saba Challenge into your library as well. But I'm going to be offering the 21-day Nguzo Saba Challenge for anybody out there that will be willing to take it. And I'll be willing to guide you through, because with the 21-day Nguzo Saba Challenge, we're going to help you change your life. We're going to help you change your mind. We're going to help you change your story. We're going to help you change your body. We're going to try to bring you in line with your intuition. Going to help you align your spirit. We're going to help you clarify your emotions. 21 days. 21 days. Now, but the only thing is the 21 day is just the start. Now, for those of you that are on the 21-day Nguzo Saba Challenge right now, the folktale of the week, we have a folktale of the week, and we have a proverb of the day. So the folktale of this next 7 days. A heavy wagon was being dragged along a country lane by a team of oxen. The axle trees groaned and creaked terribly, whereupon the oxen, turning around, thus addressed the wheels. "Hello there! Why do you make so much noise? We bear all the labor, and we, not you, ought to cry out. Those who suffer most cry out the least." Those who suffer most cry out the least. So let's go and look at this real quick. Call-in lines are open, 614-556-4535. Make sure you like, tell a friend, so we can go and conversate while y'all here. Black line is open. If you want to know more about why we do Folktale for Grown Folks, how it came about and all that, you go to free G&J e-course. Free G&J e-course. Right? And also, those of you that are interested in supporting Gye-Nyame Journey and the things that we do, because we try to support the community that we are in, you go to gnjmedia.support. I'll put it up in a second. gnjmedia.support. All right? Matter of fact, I'll put it up now. Let's do that. Boom. There we go. So you can hit us up and do and help support so we can continue building. Let me taste some of this fresh. This is fresh out the barrel ambrosia. Of course, I don't filter mine. This batch with this honey is very, very dry. It's dry, yeah. So I'm gonna let it sit. This one's gonna sit for a while. Might be 7 to 10 days. I will have, well, a lot of it's gone, but I'm going to have 1 gallon of ginseng, 1, possibly 2 extra gallons of ginseng. I'm going to have probably 1 gallon of mango ginger available. I'm going to have maybe 2 gallons of red available. And I will probably have about 8 to 10 gallons of original. So those that want to get, let's do it. That's another way you can support GNJmedia.live, GNJ Media. All right, here we go. Or as we'll be saying in the future, GNJ.media. As a matter of fact, let me take y'all to this site while I'm thinking about it. GNJ.media. Boom, there you go. Beautiful site. Go and sign up. And like I said, as we grow in it, you'll grow in it. And you'll learn more. Very powerful. Just an idea we had. Also, something else. Let me go and pull something else up for you. Here we go. Boom. Let's look at that. We also are up in the Play Store right now. We got Gye-Nyame Journey, Benu the Phoenix. Those people that are initiated in Gye-Nyame will know why we use the term Benu. But anyway, we posted up. We posted it up, right? Benu the Phoenix. You can help Benu save the Gye-Nyame symbols from the swords of time. Let's see. Maybe they might play a video for us. Let's see if they'll play the video for us. All right, here we go. Let's see. And you go. It's only 99 cents. Oh, look at those thumb skills. Getting those hand-eye coordination together. Come on now. Get that Phoenix. Oh, look at them skills. Get that. Come on, get that Gye-Nyame. Come on, get it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Now, what's incredible is that I thought I was doing it right. But then my son picked up the game and turned it the other way, and you can see the whole sword. But this is the one I had available to demonstrate. So go on, go on support Gye-Nyame Journey. There's different ways y'all can support it. Boom, all right. That's enough. But y'all go to the to the App Store. Gye-Nyame Journey Action is, it's a little bit hard to find. I can send you the link. As a matter of fact, I'll post up the link probably later on. All right, so that's enough of that. So let's get to this story. So, oh, my fault. We read that out of there. Let's go. Now, I love using this site here because they got many different translation. Some simpler, some more complicated. The oxen pulling a wagon were disturbed by the creaking of the wheels. Not seeing the heavy load on the wagon, the oxen blamed the wheels for complaining. Those who suffer most cry out the least. All right, so now I like how this one, because I want y'all to hear the difference. I like how this one, right, stress the fact that the wheels and the axle was also carrying something, not seeing the heavy load on the wagon. So the oxen couldn't really see behind them what was going on. All they felt was the pressure that was on them. So they like, why is you doing all that damn complaining? We doing all the work, not realizing that the wheels and the axle were also doing work too. But that's a whole nother piece. This fable is similar to the creaking wheel, but not enough to be included on the same page. A heavy wagon was being pulled along a country lane by a team of oxen. The axle in the wagon groaned and creaked constantly. After a while, the oxen turning said to the wheels, "Why do you make so much noise? We do all the work, so it's we, not you, who should be making noise." Now, both of these individuals, in a sense, are in oppressive situations. Nobody's saying shit to the man that's probably driving both of them. That cut down the tree, that made the axle, that formed the wheel, that imprisoned the oxen. No one is saying anything about that individual. Brother Kwame, how long does it take a Benu to give birth to a phoenix? They're the same. But there is a number, and that number fits into some type of cycle, and I'm quite sure you're going to let us know what it is. Actually, it's some type of mathematical cycle. Go on, let us know, Brother Kwame. But anyway, so here go Aesop for children. Now, I want you to understand this, and I keep stressing this, that these stories were formulated and created not with children in mind. I want you to think about that. These stories were created to help educate adults to exist in the culture that they exist in. Stories, original technology, can help translate the rules. Not only they help integrate the rules into each group that's coming in. They help people align with the culture that they are in. Powerful. They're very powerful. Many of us live our lives on stories, like I said, man, and it's like we don't even know it. A pair of oxen was drawing a heavily loaded wagon along on a miry country road. They had to use all their strength to pull the wagon, but they did not complain. The wheels of the wagon were of a different sort. Though the task they had to do was very light compared with the oxen, but hold on, it's the oxen, they are carrying or holding up the load that the oxen are pulling. But hold on, I'm gonna shut up. Though the task they had to do was very light compared with that of the oxen, they creaked and groaned at every turn. The poor oxen, pulling with all their might to draw the wagon through the deep mud, had their ears filled with the loud complaining of the wheels, and this, you may well know, made their work so much harder to endure. All right. That brings something else to mind that reminded me of something else I want to talk. All right, so now that wasn't done. Silence! The oxen cried at last. out of patience? What have you wheels to complain about so loudly? We are drawing all the weight, not you, and we are keeping still about it besides. Or better yet, we're being quiet about it besides. All right. They, and the moral, they complain most who suffer least. They complain most who suffer least. Okay. But you know what they say is the squeaky oil, it's the, what is it? The squeaky wheel to get the oil? Right? Hell, I kind of, in this story, for America, we might be the ox. Sounds like white people talking about black people. You damn right. We pull this wagon. I know you carrying all that on your back. What you complain about? Yeah, exactly. The same amount of time it took Kemet to give birth to Greece. Ooh. There go the Black Yoda dropping some stuff. Townsend version, we already read that. All right, cool. So they ain't got a lot of versions on here. All right, so family, lesson that I'm picking up for tonight. So, the Oxen are a long-suffering group. They have suffered under man's yoke for a very long time, and have become so used to it that it's normal. Sound familiar? I think I heard this story somewhere. They're just so used to catching hell that is normal. Sounds so familiar. I don't know where I heard that before. I'm trying to, they work without complaining. They suffer quietly. They don't complain. I heard that story somewhere before. But they are on a job with another oppressed group. The axle trees, the trees that make the axle of the wagon and the wheels, that are squeaking and complaining the whole damn way. And the oxen listen to it for as long as they can, and they turn around and they address and ask the question, why are you making so much noise and complaining when we are carrying all the weight? But now, actually, I want you to think about this. The wagon is actually carrying all the weight. The ox are pulling the weight. So all this weight is on the axles. So the axles have a right to complain, because the axles get no benefit out of it. At least the oxen get hay. You know what I'm saying? They get petted a little bit. Axle might get a little bit of grease. Then on to the next one. And then on top of that, the axles go until they break. I'm just saying. So these ox are complaining to another group or another person that is basically in the same situation as them. Nobody is addressing the individual that's causing the issue. They fight amongst themselves, in a sense. They argue amongst themselves. And you can see this behavior often among oppressed groups. They'll argue with each other. Why are you complaining? I'm carrying all the weight. We can oppressed groups. And within the oppressed groups, you'll see a similar argument. Why are you complaining? I did this. I got this. I got this certification. I got that. and we attack each other, not really realizing, or maybe we do realize, never addressing the one that we are pulling the heavy load for, the one that is benefiting off of our suffering. We're focusing, the ox are focused on the wrong thing. The oxen are focused on the wrong thing. But they've been so domesticated that they're used to being where they are. And this is the way it has always been. And that is how they're going to keep it. Now, I ran into a story called The Five Monkeys the other day, and I did it for my podcast. My fault, for the blog, The Adventures of High Tim yesterday. I probably talked about it on the Daily Toast. But there's a story called The Five Monkeys. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole story, even though I want to. But the story, in a nutshell, talks basically, well, first, and I'm stressing story, because the way it's often told is told as if it's a scientific fact. It's told as if it's a scientific fact. And the truth of the matter is that the story is based on some studies, but the actual study of the five monkeys supposedly never happened. And if you don't know what story I'm talking about, you can either wait for the blog to pop up. I did that yesterday, so it'll be Umoja. I don't know what I'm gonna label that one out, and that's not gonna come out for about 3 or 4 days right now. But because I still got to cut it up and stuff like that. But you could look up, just type in 5 monkeys, cold water, banana. Sound crazy, right? Just type in 5 monkeys, cold water, bananas. And what this story talk about is an interesting phenomenon that soon as I heard the story, I applied it to us. But when I see the interpretation of the stories by other groups, they're talking about jobs and other things like that. But the bottom line of the story is that when someone that is in an experiment or in an oppressed situation attempts to reach for something higher than they are supposed to reach for, they are immediately disciplined, and the community is immediately disciplined as well. And it might come as a shock, and the people that didn't reach for what the one was reaching for receive a punishment as well. So what starts to happen is that if in an experiment, or if in life, someone is always reaching out for something that's above their pay grade, something that they are not permitted to reach out for, and in the process are noticed, not only do they suffer, but their whole group suffers. So what eventually starts to happen is that oppressed group that have personally experienced this or personally witnessed this may have not even went for the prize, start to train themselves and everybody in their circle not to go for the prize. Because when you go for that prize, we all get our ass kicked. We all get hit. We all are punished. So everybody stay down here. Don't nobody reach for the prize. Now, once again, just like these oxen, that's intergroup oppression that automatically keeps them in line. So now, when you read the story, what you start to find out is that they start switching the monkeys out of the experiment, and eventually there's 5 monkeys that have never experienced the punishment that still, because of the training, will not go for the banana. It's just a story, though. You know, and people, you know, they tell the story on TED Talks and stuff like that. You probably heard those, and they apply it to business. They apply it to your job. You know what I'm saying? But when I heard it, I immediately recognized the dilemma that many of us are in. And just like these oxen, we turn around to the wheels, or we turn around to the axle, and we will confront the axle that is in the same condition as us. Just a little bit different, same condition as us. And we'll argue at the axle, never saying anything to the bastard that has the yoke around your neck. Never say anything to the bastard that cut down the tree and built the axle. Never say nothing to the motherfucker that built the wheel that all of this is on. No. We'll argue amongst ourselves and amongst other oppressed groups without ever addressing the underlying problem. The underlying problem is not the fact that they are going uphill, or that they're going through mud, or there's a hurricane, or that it's raining outside, or that it might be cold, and you know what I'm saying? Those are not the issues. The issue is that the person that is oppressing you has never been addressed. Now, I'm going to end this on this because I see nobody calling in. The number is 614-556-4535. The issue is, are we going to be the oxen and turn around to our brother, the axle, our sister, the axle, and just address them, but never address the individuals that are benefiting off of both of our suffering? In your life, are you being like the oxen and just addressing the wheels and the axle that are possibly in the same situation as you, rather than addressing what puts you in the situation? Are you long suffering? Have you now see, because that's part of the story that many of us have been told. You know what I'm saying? Because for a long time, part of the story, I mean, because I want to be very clear with y'all, because many of us, regardless of, we was promised that if we lived a good life and did everything we were supposed to do, we was promised to heaven. That's just, you know what I'm saying? And I know for many people that's a reality, but even in it being a reality, it's still a story for you. It's a story. And the question that you always got to ask for every story is, who does it benefit? Are the narratives that we telling ourselves, are the narratives that you're telling yourself in your life, are they benefiting you? Are they benefiting your family? Are they benefiting your tribe? We got so many stories that were formed by masters of bitchcraft and fuckery floating around us. that we embrace as truth. Not realizing that how our minds work as a group. How our minds work as a group help and shape the form the reality in which we exist. This is why in the Gye-Nyame Pledge we talk about we will push against our self-imposed limitations. This is why I keep telling y'all to tribe up. It's not so that you could just get strong and beat somebody up. It's so that you can start changing your mind, because more than likely you are surrounded by people that are stuck and they're telling stuck stories and you can't move. So the only thing you can do is argue at the axle. Matter of fact, you can't even, if you notice in the story, the master was never mentioned. It's like they just was pulling this. You know, the master wasn't even mentioned. Good master, because they don't even know who really oppressing them. Sound familiar. I think I heard that story somewhere before. But hey. Oh my God. A nice dry end of the summer. Yes. Drink of the gods. So, any call-ins? Any comments? I'm gonna go back to my restream IO. The same. Okay, that's what Candace Owens says about her father and mother. Was working too hard to complain. Damn. That's. I mean, right now you probably got darkies up on stage right now. You know what I'm saying? I've been working too hard to complain. They're complaining to each other. I bet you that. They bumping heads with each other, but never addressing the underlying issue. I mean, but that's how we're educated. Just like with Western medicine, never address the underlying issues. I'm going to treat the symptoms. Let's treat the symptoms. You got a breathing disorder. Let's treat the symptoms. Let's don't get to the underlying thing. That's how we do. Or let's just cut it out. Never get down to the underlying thing. Because if I get down to the underlying thing, that will stop your suffering. Police brutality, surface issue. Wealth gap, surface issue. All the shit that you hear, Democrats and Republicans, the bitchcraft they throwing out at you right now, the fuckery that they're throwing out at you right now, are symptoms of the problem. We can reform the police all we want. But if we don't deal with the underlying problem, it'll resurface. They can pay reparations right now. But if we don't deal with the underlying stuff, they'll just loot. History shows us that. Brother Kwame say Amos Wilson describing writes a passage of was it King Kikongo, right? Yeah. I think it was a Kikongo. Oh, Shaka always calling in late, talking about the line. Oh, damn, the line did close. Damn. Line not open. Let's see. What's going on here? Uber conference been tripping lately. I don't know. Lines are open now. 614-556-4535. Once again, 614-556-4535. 4535. 556-4535. 614-556-4535. Make sure you like, share with your friends. Throw it up on somebody's timeline. Bomb them. Let's get it out. Let's do about 50 shares. Cause family, like I said, the goal is that, before Kwanzaa, I would love to have 2,000 people. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Why not? I would love to have 1,000 people signed up for G&J.media. Why not? I would love to be able to push off 100 bottles of that ambrosia a month. I would love to have 200 supporters. Why not? It can be done. Right? It can be done. So the lines are open, 614-556-4535. I'll stay on here for a couple more minutes. Give you an opportunity to get on. Now that's your opportunity to come in and talk. Go ahead, Shaka.
Man. Yeah, man. I've been listening in since you started. I was looking forward to this conversation, right? But I figured you had it closed for some reason.
It's been acting funny, man. For the first time, it told me the other day, this call was too long, and the call was about 35 minutes. I'm like, what? I ain't never heard nothing like that before. That's foolishness.
Yeah, nah, it's a whole bunch of brand new behavior, so to speak, when it comes to these systems. You understand? I just thought has anybody else experienced some weird behavior with your financial institutions, especially the online financial institutions? I've had a couple of accounts froze for like really silly reasons over the past couple of months. And yeah, I'm talking about my vanilla card that you get from Walmart. Mm-hmm. I've had an issue with PayPal. I've had an issue with GoBank. All of these online banks, they have put a very weird lock on my money every time they move it from one account to the other. And they end up taking a little bit more of the money during the inconvenience. So I'm letting you know that these things we being messed with in a real way, because those cowards, you never see their faces. The ones that's messing with our money when we, and the thing is that if they could close your account or cause some type of activity in your account where you don't have access to your money for 3 to 5 days, who does?
Not only that, that's enough time for some of us that have to be forced into situations where we have to do things that could change our lives forever.
Exactly.
Because we already walking a tightrope. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. So something real is going on, and I'm just saying it for the record that they say that the first thing you do in war is cut communication. You attack the enemy's communication. You attack their way of eating. That's a whole different level of war. So we gotta wait. We gotta stop waiting for them to say, "I declare war," and just accept that that's where we at with it. Like I think that right now, when you tell people that know that they will never see you in life, that they're incompetent or that they're jeopardizing something, and you can tell through their eagerness to make you wait. You could tell by their eagerness to somehow put their knee on your neck. You know what I mean? They do that, and you never see their face, and they're used to that part.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah. But that's because on the other line, you're usually dealing with another ox.
Wow.
You're dealing with another ox or a tree axle or a wheel. You know what I'm saying? Because usually, so once again, they line us up against each other and have us take each other out. What you complaining about? Shit, you know, I'm being charged extra money on my child support. I couldn't get the stimulus because of this. Blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we all are caught up.
See, hold on. See now here's the piece. I gotta see. Yeah, you know, I always tell it the way it is. I'm not ashamed in my situation at all, especially when people can learn from my situation. Now dig this. I couldn't get the first stimulus because for my daughter that's an adult right now, we still got a rearage. But for my son that's here, that has a support order as well, that hasn't received any support, he didn't receive no stimulus. And so the thing is, they told me, well, if you apply for to get the stimulus and unemployment or whatever, as soon as you go for that unemployment, they gonna see that you owe child support and they gonna snatch the stimulus, and then they gonna take the child support from the unemployment. Blah. All right, cool. Just as long as you do that with the other parent. I'm not cool with being singled out. And so what I'm really trying to press upon American people, especially us, is the fact that, you know what? This whole notion of us together going to get our reparations together, I think that together we should independently go take it back from the individuals that took it from us personally. I'm talking about for all of those individuals who have created distance between me and my children for years on end and charge me for it. It's time for me to go get a refund on that. And so I don't know if it's a matter of just showing up at prosecutors and individuals who never thought they'd see me in their home settings and things like that. That's the piece, is that when your children listen to my music and they regurgitate my words to you, that's how I make it into your household. That's how I will affect your bloodline. It's changing their whole way of thinking. And I have more influence in doing that than you. You judge, you magistrate, you married to your job while your suburban kids are at home doing whatever drug. I am saying that it's time for me to show you what it feels like to have something imposed on my bloodline. I'm saying that right now, we should all be fired up because they're not. I heard about a man shot 7 times in front of his 3 kids.
Right.
Yeah. Are you kidding me? Do you understand the power of the answer? No, that's the piece. They don't understand the power of the answer. They don't understand. And you know why? Because we need to put more faith in that notion than fear in them. We need to show them. You know, you say their names every day. Hatem, you say their names every day. When do we fix our lips to summon our ancestors? At the point where they want us to call on Jesus, they want us to call on who they tight with.
You say who they tight. Now, family, he asked a key question, and I hope you heard. He said, when are we going to focus our lips to summon?
Because y'all going to hear me talk a whole bunch, and then when I finally show up and I'm the one that's doing, and I'm the sacrificial lamb, it's like, oh, he should have told somebody. Motherfuckers. That's what this is about. is wake up. Because they don't care if you sleep or not, because they putting us out.
They're putting us out. You're right. You're right. So, family, when are you going to summon? And which actually we could. I mean, because I don't know if you remember, but one time when we was at the Gye-Nyame house, you know what I'm talking about?
Go ahead, man.
When we was at the Gye-Nyame house and we had an issue, and we went outside and poured libations.
Mm-hmm.
And the next week, we heard the results. The ancestors waiting, family. I ain't doing nothing but priming the pump. I'm priming you. But hey, I'm on cause school, tomorrow's the first day of school. I'm gonna get up. I'm tired. And we will see you in the morning.
Yes, sir.
So, family, this is Gye-Nyame Journey. I want to thank you for checking us out. And I will see y'all in the morning. I hope that you there.
Good night.
Peace. Peace out, fam.